I come in and 15 minutes, everything was sorted and done. And it's been 1 week and I'm still trying to get a SIM card. Not yet happening. My name is Ranjan. I'm from Tampa, Florida, and originally from Visakhapatnam, Andhra Pradesh, which is also an amazing coastal town. I've lived in US for quite some time now, but I'm more like inclined now towards like yoga and the spiritual aspect of it and connecting more with my cultural roots. And so I was trying to find out what would be a good place for me to come down and settle. When I found VITU Realty and everything, and I gave them like the first go ahead and then said, yeah, I'm going to send a wire transaction from my bank to your bank and everything, that was like super smooth. Never had to step foot in India, and VITU Realty took care of every single thing. They said, these are the documents that you'll need. This is the date where you have to be here for the registration. This is the time slot, and you need to bring your passport and your OCI. OCI is like the Overseas Citizenship of India card. Just bring that, nothing else. And then I was like, okay, fantastic. So I come in and 15 minutes, everything was sorted and done. Okay. And it's been 1 week and I'm still trying to get a SIM card. Not yet happening. I think from a perspective of someone who's not primarily an Indian, you would choose services like that, right? Because it's like, otherwise you'd be like, okay, how do I go? Where do I even begin? You know, what are these cards that I need? Like an Aadhaar card, PAN card. VITU Realty took care of all of that. So specifically from NRI perspective, I think it's a highly recommended obligation, for lack of a better word, right? To come to India multiple times, take care of things. But when you're transacting with VITU Realty, you don't need to do any of that. It's a smooth sail. No tidal waves in the sailing. My top 3 priorities for choosing a community like Vaikuntam City, right, is number 1 is going to be a gated community. I think the landscape and security situation is something that is changing and will continue to evolve and change, right? So I think for anyone who has like young children or anyone who has like aging parents, and if they want to travel and things like that, you don't want to travel feeling insecure about, hey, how are my kids doing, or how is my mom doing, and things like that, right? You want to make sure they are safe and secure. So I think that is the first and foremost thing for me. Second thing is I would really like to have a fitness center so that I can go and work out and things like that. And the third one is good parks, not just have like mindless constructions going on everywhere, where I can have like, okay, this is all looking good, I can still breathe some fresh oxygen and things like that. So when they said they have like an oxygen park, that was something that I was sold on as well. So from an investment perspective, right? Investment doesn't happen in what's already in demand. Investment happens in what might get to demand in the future, right? And Mangalore, with its location, right? It's strategically located. It's a port city. You have an airport and you have a good railway station, and you also are well connected with like Maharashtra on the north and then Kerala in the south. But then when you look at the economic corridor, the special economic zone corridor and everything, right? Between Maharashtra and Trivandrum, on this side of things, there is no major development that came in. So from a practical standpoint, if the government of India wants to invest somewhere, that would be in Mangalore, so that they can equally develop, having like good connected cities and everything. And from an NRI perspective and everything, right? You want to make sure that your kids are not too far away if you want to move back to India and your kids want to go to college and everything. So you have Manipal University. And in the future, I'm probably thinking like 15 years from now and things like that, right? Purely from economy perspective, if Udupi is going to get its fame in the next 10 years and everything, your investment in Surathkal is going to be worth it, right? So these were all the decision-making factors from investment standpoint that I took. I think the first thing that anyone needs to look into when it comes to investment is invest in yourself first. And what I mean by that is, whether it is stock market or whether it is a piece of land or something like that, you have to first consciously think, is this going to make me a better person, or is this going to take me away from my own self? So you could invest in Bangalore, and then you could be like, hey, this land is amazing, I'm going to build a home. But then after 5 years, it's going to hit to you that, you know, to go to your home from the office, it's going to take you like 3.5 hours, right? And you actually did a great disservice to yourself. So I would say that that is not going to happen in Mangalore or Mangaluru, right? It's not going to happen here. And the other thing that you have to look at is education. Because where there is no good education or where there is no diversity in population, right, unwanted incidents might happen. So one has to be very cautious about that. And then the third thing is connectivity and culture. Does the city respect its own culture? If a city is not going to respect its own culture, that is doomsday. That's how you get all kinds of narcotics and everything into the city, and it's not a good sign at that point. VITU Realty is one of the best companies that I've actually worked with. And to sum it up, right, I came in as a customer of Mr. Lakshman Kamath, and I'm leaving as a family member.